Okay, hi guys, it's the 27th of August and this is the recorded session. Insurance speech coming up. First of all, make sure you're in a safe place where it's appropriate to exercise. You're not going to fall over and impale your eyeball or anything. Also, make sure if anything's painful, don't do stuff that hurts. If you're not sure about an exercise, don't do it. Particularly the recorded class, obviously I can't see what's going on. So yeah, if your technique is off or if something just feels wonky, don't do things that are likely to cause injuries. That's the health and safety speech. Let's do some stretches, yay! So as always, let's get warmed up, just looking right and left. Oh, I'm on a bit of a tight schedule today. I've got to get this class done and get back out to pick Isaac up from his first day at nursery. So I hope he's going all right there. Just drop your head right and left. Remember, look for that stretch. So if my head's going to this side, the opposite shoulder pushes down to increase the stretch. And then little head roll to the right and to the left. I'm just going to move forward slightly and then try it to the back. And rather than coming from your neck, if you just bring your hands up to your head, think about this coming from your upper back. So I'm just drawing 3 circles each way. So doing full neck circles isn't particularly good for your neck. But I'm not really doing neck circles, it's an upper back circle. That's 3 and change directions. 1 and a 2 and a 3. There we go. Fab. From here, just going into twists. Remember to let your knees go with it. Oh yeah, everything cracks down my spine when I do these. It's lovely. And then into our side bends. Here we go, up and over. So I'm keeping my elbow straight, bending from the waist. Make sure you're not tipping forwards or backwards. Particularly this arm, I tend to tip forwards slightly. Oh, and then keeping the spine flat, change sides. So straight arm, bending from the spine and waist. 2 more. So you can see behind me I've stolen the fan from the studio. If it does get really hot in here, I can always whack on the fan, which will be lovely. And 1 more. Okay, look to the ceiling, 3 circles, 1 and 2 and 3. Change directions, 1 and 2. So the muscles down the side of your waist attach inside your rib cage. So I'm going to go into my side bend, lifting the bottom hand 3 times. You should feel a bit like you can't breathe, to be honest, because the muscles tighten here to hold the rib cage in place. Change sides, 3 circles, 3 lifts. So I'm looking to the ceiling. We've got 3 and 2 and 1. Change directions, 3 and 2 and 1. And then bottom hand lifts. So the oblique muscles have to tense in a stretched position. And as they tense, they do kind of lock your ribs a little bit. 3, and back to centre. Woo! Try some hip circles. The shoulders are staying still, the pelvis is circling. Just going to bring my feet a bit narrower and change directions. And then try keeping the pelvis still and circling from the rib cage. And change directions. Oh, and it's definitely quite warm in here now. Let's do some squats. Oh, so hopefully you guys are warming up too. My windows are closed and I'm feeling it. So remember with your squat, you can see my reflection behind me, keeping the spine nice and neutral. We're not letting it kind of round into the squats. And then taking those squats a bit wider. Try and get your bum as low as your knees. We'll do 3 and 2 and hold the last one, 1. So just flexing your ankles here. You can see my feet in the reflection. And then pointing the ankles. We've done this drill plenty of times, so you know it. And then staying in one position, keeping your butt the same height as your knees. Lift and lower with those feet. 4 and 3. Oh, I'm feeling these today. 2 and 1. So we're going to lift and stand up. Heels up, stand up, heels down and lower. Tiptoe and lift. So you don't need to see my feet, you can kind of see them behind me, I'm sure. Number 4. And last one, number 5. Then we're going to reverse it. So I'm coming up with my heels flat, tiptoe and lower. Heels flat and lift, tiptoe and lower. 3, 2, and last one. There it is. Okay, so I'm going a little bit wider with the feet, just going to those side to sides. My feet, again, whenever you bend the knee, it really wants to be travelling in the same direction, directly over your foot. So just make sure you're not doing any sort of weird knock knee stuff. And when you're ready, hold it across to one side. So the knee is going to the ceiling and to the front, to the ceiling and to the front. So it's that hip mobility right now. Ooh. Okay, turning to the side. Back knee is straight. And we're going to lift 5 times, straightening the front leg. If you need your hands on blocks or something handy, furniture, that's fine. Straightening the front leg and lifting. 1. So the back knee is staying straight. 2. And 3. We're going to hold number 5. 4, so hold the next one. And 5. So make sure your hips aren't twisting. Little pulses for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Put your foot down and 1. Woo! Alright, change sides. So I'm just twisting the knee forwards and backwards. So you can really feel the femur or thigh bone in the hip socket rotating. And then I'm going to turn, do my 5 lifts and 20 little pulses. So I might have to just move in case I headbutt the furniture. So back knee is straight, pressing the front leg and lifting. 1 for 5. 2, 3, 4, and hold it. 5 little pulses. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Try not to twist. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pop it down. 1. Woo! Bring it back to centre. If I just push backwards, this just feels nice basically. I can feel like a little inner thigh stretch here. Whew. Okay, from here, just walking those feet in, roll your way up for the 3 little deep squat ones. So I'm rolling up, the hands are going up, the feet are about hip width, coming right down into my deep squat and rolling back up. 2 more. Whew. Yeah, I am warm now. And 1 more. Whew. Alright, let's reverse it. So I'm coming up like so and rolling down. 2 more. Oof. And the last one, we'll finish standing. Taking it into arm circles here. And with the arm circles, you really want to squeeze back between the shoulder blades and round forwards at the front. And make them really definite. Try and really push the arms into this stretch. So my arms, especially at this point, this is the point I want my flexibility, I've got to really, really squeeze back. Whew. Let's do 2 more circles. I'm just squeezing back at this point, and 1 more circle. And then changing directions. Squeeze back up and over. 4 more here. Pushing back at the point where I want my flexibility. 3, and I can tell you I'm feeling these. 2. And last one. Okay. So I've got both here. If you have a yoga strap, that will do the job, or I've got a stretchy band as well. These TheraBands. For this exercise, a TheraBand or stretchy band is slightly better, I would say. But it's a perfectly good exercise using the yoga strap, or as always, get creative, tea towel, dressing gown belt, whatever you can find. I'm going to use a stretchy band because I've picked it up. I'm keeping my back against the wall. I'm not leaning because I'll go through it. It's bendy as this wall. It's just to show that I'm standing straight, basically. Okay, so remember, arms about shoulder width. I'm always pushing outwards. The arms go out, the elbows go in. With a non-stretchy band, you won't see that push. That's the only real difference, I would say. So I'm pushing apart, elbows in. I'm always thinking like a V shape. And we're going all the way up as high as possible. So I'm trying to get those arms up and back slightly. Keep squeezing apart, elbows in. You'll find that at the top of the move, that's the hardest point. It's where your shoulders are the weakest. So here I've got to really think, okay, elbows in. Woo! 4 more. Elbows are in. Feeling it. 3, I think. My counting's horrendous. Even after 4, I can't count. And you can see my elbows are squeezing outwards slightly. They should not be doing that. Elbows should be going in. Arms are squeezing out. 2. And last one. Whoo-wee. 1. There we go. Now with straight arms. So I'm going to try and get my arms, I'm pushing apart at all times. Again, it might look like I'm just holding this thing. I'm actually pushing quite hard out to the side. Eek. And down. So I just felt my right hand touch the wall before my left. I know that I'm slightly lopsided from years of pole. So I'm slightly stronger, slightly more flexible on the right arm. But I want to try and move equally. They should both touch the wall at the same time. 4 more. 3 more, sorry. 3, 3, 3, 3. Da-da-da. 2 more. Keep pushing apart. So shoulders are certainly warmed up. I'm very hot now. I'm going to be very sweaty when I go and pick Isaac up. Alright, hold at the top, little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come halfway down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And at the bottom it's the easy one. 10, 9, 8. So on a non-stretchy band you'll not see the pushes, but you'll feel them. 2 and 1. Woo! Okay. So I'm holding on to the wall today. Obviously you can hold on to a pole or some furniture, or if you're badass, don't hold anything, but it just makes it easier to balance. So I'm here, and I'm going to lift that back leg, trying to keep my chest up for now. Lift, 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 lift. So I'm using my bum muscle for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Then we're going to do it with bent legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold at the top. Bend that ankle. So I'm going 10, push it, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 10 more because it's 20 altogether. I can't count today. 7, can I ever? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from here I'm going to start taking my body lower and my leg higher. Let's just use leg muscles for now. My leg is rotating off a little bit to the side. It shouldn't be. Oh my goodness. So I'm going up as high as I can. Let's hold this for a count of 10, 9, face plant into the wall, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and I have cramp. 1. Woohoo! Let's change sides, and then we're going to do some lifts around because we're sort of working needle scale-y stuff today. Okay, so 20 with the straight leg and your chest up. Really feel it here. There's a little bit of lower back in it, but I'm really focusing on the butt muscle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, bent leg. 1, so this is my better leg for these. 4, it's a lot better alignment. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so I'm going down, my leg is still bent, and I'm going to start pushing it upwards, using those leg muscles. Obviously, if I was amazing, I would have a perfect split to the ceiling. That's not happening, but let's hold this for 10, 9, I can still feel it, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, get a yoga strap. So not a stretchy one. It does need to be non-stretchy, I'd say, for this. You could use stretchy, but it's just going to be very awkward. So I'm still holding my door. If you can do comfortable needle scaly stuff, bring your foot round to your head. You don't need the yoga strap. I prefer to use one for my warm-ups and reps. Just gives me a little bit more slack. All right, team, so 5 times. I've got my foot hooked in. I'm going to do exactly as we did a minute ago. The body goes down, the leg goes up. That's all legs. My arm's doing nothing yet. Then the elbow comes down and around. And I'm trying to lift it 5 times. So I've just done 1. Whew. So the closer obviously to your foot, the harder this is going to be. The goal is to do this holding your foot, which I can do when I'm super, super warmed up. Leg, 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 all about the leg. Then the arm. The higher you can get the leg, the less pressure onto your arm. And just a reminder, this is for myself as much as you guys, don't let your leg pull your arm out of joint, which is what happened to me on last week's class. And because my arms are made of elastic, it doesn't massively hurt at the time, but it's a really bad idea. 2 to go, so it's 5 altogether. Number 4. Leg, leg, leg. Use the leg. Then we're going over. Bum. And last one for me. So my arms feel in control right now. My shoulder muscles tell me, yeah, they're doing some work, but they don't tell me that they're being stretched out of joint right now. Use that leg. All right, let's change sides. Whew. Here we go. Okay, so I'm using my leg. Leg's going up under its own strength. Then the arm is rolling and a bit higher. That's 5. So this is my crunchy arm. This is the one that had the injury. It still tends to pop a little bit too easily. 4. Yeah, I'm going to be a stinky mess, but I literally have to finish this class and go to pick Isaac up. Oh, they're going to love me at the nursery. I smell horrendous already. 3. 4. And last one, 5. Then we'll do our front leg raises, and then we'll go down to the floor. Ba, ba. Oh, goodness me. Okay. So, front leg raises. To be honest, even if hardly anyone follows these videos, it forces me to exercise, which is great. Otherwise, I would just sat there for an hour. So yeah, actually, this is good. Okay, leg raises, you know what to do. 5, 5, 5, here it comes. So keep your body lifted, keep the standing leg straight. 4, go as high as you can, keeping good position. 2, so at this point, I want to keep my thigh in place, the leg stretches, but nothing else moves. If you're starting to slump and duck, just go lower. It will, trust me, it will build higher the more of these you do. I'm definitely feeling the improvement. There's 5 and tap down 1 and 2. I'm just balancing by the mirror because it's easier. 4, why make life hard? Hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Woo! To the side, so it's a développé is the term. 2, I think. 3, if you do ballet, tell me if I'm wrong. 4 and 5. Leg extension, 1 and down. 2, 3, 4, going to tap down. 5, here we go. 1 and lift. 2 and lift. 3, 4, we're going to hold it. Here it comes. 5 and 1. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Woo! Oh, my bum's starting to ache now, which is no bad thing. Here we go, let's change sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, extend. 1 and 2, 3, 4, hold it out there. 5, tap down. 1 and lift. 2, 3, 4 and hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Side, 5, so it's a straddle position. 4, 3, 2, hold it up there, 1, leg extension, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, hold it, 1, tap down, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, hold at the top, here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, this is killing me, 1. Woo! Okay, let's go down to the mat. So there's going to be a lot of me walking around, pictures of my trousers, just while I readjust. There we go. Whew. Okay, so little back stretches. Whoops. So just stretch up and down just for a couple, just to loosen off. Okay, so if you take this up into a downward dog, pressing the heels to the floor, and I'm going to push my chest down between my arms for a count of 5. So going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take it through to the plank. You might need to adjust your feet or hands. Bend. I'm going lazy. I'm knees on the floor today. And easy back bend cobra. Back to the downward dog. Push that chest. 5, 4. We're doing this 5 times. 2 and 1. Through to the plank. I'm going knees on the floor because I'm feeling lazy. And 3 more times. This is really the main focus, this little push. 3 and 4 and 5. Ba-ba. Ba-ba. Oh. 2 more times. 5, 4. Try and spin the creases of your elbows to face forwards. And 1. And what I mean by that, I'll show you in a second. It's not going to ruin the exercise if you're not doing it, but it'll help. I'll show you in a second. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Through to the plank. Drop. Lift. Oh. So it's sometimes termed as screwing the joints into place. So if I'm in my downward dog here, you can see if I twist my arm, the whole shoulder joint twists. And I can feel the muscles surrounding the shoulder blade and shoulder joint just tightening slightly to strengthen it. So I'd be here. That's the nice position for the shoulders. Bye-bye. And you should feel it all kind of wrapping around your upper back as all those muscles tighten. I know I keep saying I'm so hot, which is no bad thing. Let's do some hip flexors. Okay, so hip flexors, here we go. Basic sequence, tuck the tailbone, legs are about 90 degrees. You should feel this stretch in the groin area where the hip flexor crosses. We'll just do some little circles, just 3 each way. I'm always keeping my tailbone under, and 2 and 3. Whoops, creep that front leg forwards a little bit further. And again, just tuck in that tailbone, square up, so make sure your hips are pointing forwards. Whew. I'm just going a little bit further forward with that leg. Remember, keep the torso upright, but the stretch and pressure is here, not here right now. Now you might want blocks for your hands. I'm just going to grab mine actually. One block is holding my iPad up right now, so I've only got one other block with me. But I'm in my hip flexor stretch here. I'm going to arch backwards and raise the back leg. Oh, there. Now I'm probably not able to do this, but you might be able to reach back and find your foot. Oh, hello. There it is. Oh. So I actually, I'm quite surprised I did that. But yeah, I actually kind of walked my fingers down my head. If you're more flexible than me, you can probably just reach back and grab, but I can't do that. So a little hamstring stretch while we're here. Quite pleased with that. Let's take it into a pigeon pose. So the front leg wants to be about 90 degrees, but then it will fold to where it likes to be. And the back knee is facing straight downwards. try arching first of all. So again, I'm really focusing on the hip flexor, tensing this butt cheek, tucking the tailbone under, but then add some arch. And then try leaning forwards, and that should get you in the side of the bum on the front leg, the one I'm wiggling my toes on right now. And then I'm just going to give you a couple of pretty poses, like Instagram friendly poses. Pose number one, you bend the back leg. See if you can pull the toes into your elbow. Bye-bye. Then you can clasp. I think it makes a really pretty shape. Or you might have seen on my Instagram, because I'm an Instagram whore, if you pull your foot round to your head, then you can grab the opposite foot, like so, which kind of looks a bit freaky deaky and quite nice. Let's change sides. Ah, dear, dear, dear. Whew. Okay, so hip flexors, here we go. Tuck the tailbone. So tensing my butt, tucking the tailbone under. And of course all those options of grabbing your foot and so forth, you can use the yoga strap. Or it's kind of nice maybe to not use a yoga strap and just kind of, screenshot your progress and see where you're at. Because it will get better and it will get closer the more you do these. So I'm just creeping a bit closer into this. My body is upright, really tucking the tailbone, tensing that back butt cheek. I forgot to do circles in the higher position, so I'm just going to wiggle a bit here. Because just that little bit of movement, telling the hip joint that you're okay, I think it does help. Okay, creeping that front foot a little bit further. I'm just off to get my block. Whew, there we go. So this tends to be my not quite so good side. I'm going to bend the back leg and arch. Oh. So this may or may not work, but I'm just walking down my head here, looking for my foot, and I don't think I'm going to manage it on this side. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, but it's one to work on. Woo! Ah, lordy. Okay, straighten the front leg. Stick out your bum. Oh, yeah. Take it into the pigeon pose from here. So front leg just bends through to the side. Back knee is facing down to the ground. Of course, the hips are pointing square to the wall in front of you. So really try and tuck the tailbone. You can see I can tense that back butt cheek and look up. So we're opening the chest, widening the collarbones. And then from here, and you can use a yoga strap if you want to. There's the two versions. You can slide your toes into your elbow and clasp hands, which I think is quite a pretty one. And again, I don't know if I can do it on this side because it's my bad side, but here we go. Bum, 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 bum. And then trying to grab my foot. Yeah, this shoulder just won't do that. Whew. But it's all good fun having a go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so turning to face me. Let's do a couple of little straddles. Whew. So just drawing those hip circles. Remember, if you really slumped under with the tailbone and you kind of sat back, sit on something, it'll really help. Ooh. And making those circles a little bit bigger, but always keeping both sit bones on the floor. And then change directions. Okay, and then from here, just easy inner thigh stretch. Paddle your hands forwards. So try and use the outer edges of your bum muscles. Remember, the butt muscles are made of 3 muscles. You've got your big squidgy glute maximus, the big one at the back, and then you've got glute medius and minimus. And if I tense the outer sides of my bum and push my legs a little bit wider, that will then increase this stretch here. And really think about taking your belly button down to the ground more than your head. Remember, I could touch my head to the floor now, but it wouldn't make any difference whatsoever to the stretch. It just gives me a bad posture. Okay, walking in circles, move slowly. If anything feels like it's about to twang, it's because it is, and I often get little twangy feelings in the side of my thighs. Climb over that leg, into a side bend, and then changing sides. Over the other leg, so my tailbone, and not my tailbone, my sit bones are still always on the floor. You don't need to see my feet for this. And you should get a little bit closer to the ground here. I always kind of keep a little bit of movement because my body tends to lock up against these, and my body just goes, oh, what's this? So I have to kind of just keep moving. Whew. Okay, going the other way. So walking across, climbing over the leg. You don't need to see it for it to be true. Side bend, both sides of my bum are still on the ground. Over the other side. Over that second leg, and maybe, and we're not talking miracles, but maybe you've gone a teeny bit lower. I can certainly feel it's loosened up a little bit down there. Alright, try and lengthen forwards as you come back up. Going into some hamstring stretches. So let's just do legs together, a basic forward fold. I'm going to sit on a slight diagonal just so you can kind of see what's happening. So I'm sitting absolutely straight. We'll do this twice. Lift your way up, press your chest forwards, and over we go. Now there will be some rounding of the spine, that's part of the process. Flex those ankles for extra stretch down the calves. Little bum shuffle if that helps you. But you should be really feeling the length down the back of the thighs. If you feel your 2 sit bones, that's where the hamstring's attached. There's 3 muscles, they all join up and together into one tendon right onto that sit bone. Often people say they can feel pain here when they kind of pull a hamstring. It's because they've pulled that tendon. Or worse, they've damaged it. Alright, lengthen forwards, pick it up, and we're just changing the angle. Remember, the more you can change angles, the more muscle fibres you get. So I've got my feet on my block. Same stretch, feet up, that's the only difference. So again, sitting tall, sit bones on the ground, press the chest forwards, over we go. And you can hang on to your feet, your calves, whatever's useful. Keep pushing your chest forwards. Again, it's more trying to open up than close up and nibble your knees. And same thing, the stretch is going right through what's called the belly of the muscle, the middle. So that would be the belly of the bicep, the middle chunky bit, and down into the tendons attached to my bum. Okay, and then lengthen and lift. Whew. Let's do 1 this time. So I'm trying to go straight, sorry if you don't like feet, trying to go straight down the straight leg. My body naturally wants to go down the middle. Oops. But I'm trying to go straight over here. So pushing your butt back, press your chest forwards, push the knee straight. You might want to experiment with pointing and flexing the ankle. Remember, for performances, generally people will go for pointy feet, but for a better stretch, flexy feet are probably better. But you know, it's nice to exercise these foot muscles anyway, and do both. Alright, lengthen up, pick it up, lift that leg, here we go. Woo! So keeping the chest lifted. And you know it, it's a passive stretch, which always means we're going to go into an active stretch in a moment. So remember, you should be able to keep the leg where it is using your own leg muscles. Here we go, let go, keep the chest up, don't drop for 5, 4, 3, 2, grab on, 1, take a breath in, and exhale, pull it a little bit higher. I've still got both sit bones on the ground right now, but I'm now going to hitch across onto 1 sit bone to give that leg a little bit more lift. And you can hold, you can see in the mirror, hold opposite hand to leg if you want to do this, post through the gap and start trying to hoist your leg behind your shoulder, which, oh, I can only just get into this position. I'm, quite at my limit right now. Okay, so we're going to come out of this slowly, don't just collapse. I'm going to try and lower this leg down, kind of creating a rainbow, really smoothly and slowly and easy. Back down. Let's change sides. So remember to go straight down the centre of this leg. My body wants to go down the middle, so I've got to kind of have a word with myself. There we go. Okay, just disappearing off screen. There we go. So I really find breathing out pushes me tighter into stretches. You can use your breath. You can play at pointing and flexing that front foot. And then I'm coming out of that one, lifting that leg up, into my passive hamstring stretch. So hopefully you can see that my body is reasonably neutral. You might find you sink a bit, but you're really trying not to. Make it active, so we're going to hold for 5, let go now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and grab 1. Take a breath in, exhale, pull a bit further. 1. And then hitch across, which should give you that leg a little bit more lift because you're basically bending at the waist. So, there. So I shouldn't really be getting this much side bend. It's not ideal. And then of course we're going to lower that leg like it's the easiest thing we ever did. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Yay! Okay, so we'll do a few splits. Then we'll do a little bit more spine. Okay. So, front to back splits. My right leg is my worst side. Although, to be honest, I think my left is starting to become my worst. They're equaling out, I would say. Okay, so remember you can slide the front leg forwards or you can slide the back leg back. If you need to just post a block under your front butt cheek, it makes it easier. Not easier, but just a bit more support, basically, rather than just dangling out over nothingness. Try and keep your body upright and watch out for twisting. So that back hip, I have to constantly have a word with it and keep pulling that hip forwards. If you can get flat, just be thinking, okay, belly button's pointing forwards, hip bones are pointing forwards, and you should be able to put opposite hand to opposite leg. Try and tense those muscles. So the front of the thigh on the front leg, in fact the front of the thigh on both legs, really push those knees straight. See if you can lift yourself off the ground using your legs, not your arms, 5 times, even if nothing happens. 1, 2, it's a killer. 3, 4, so you might just find 5, twitch a bit. As long as those muscles are tensing, that's all we're really looking for. Let's change sides. So you should be on your better side, hopefully, your comfier side. If there is no such thing as a comfier side, that's okay too. There, so I can actually feel I'm really tight today. Okay, so I'm squaring that back hip to the front. Always checking what's going on. Keeping both thighs really tense. So I'm pushing both thighs so that my knees are straight. I often find in photographs, and I've seen myself later on doing splits, that the front leg's just a bit, I have to really tell that leg to be tense. You can test your positioning if you're flat. Don't use your hands, let's go up and down. 5, 4, so not a lot's happening really. 3, but I'm working. 2, 1, so there was the smallest moves just then. And I'm back in. Oh my goodness. Okay, so a couple of easy cobras, and then we're going to go to the wall and do some back stretches there today. Thing with stretching in the studio, we don't have any good walls to lean on, so... Okay, so just easy cobra, 5 up and down. The further back your hands are, at least for me, the higher I feel like I'm lifting. But don't forget to do upper back first, then the lower back. Here we go. 1. And down. It should be nice and smooth. 2. And down. For at least half the lift, I don't even need my hands. It's my back muscles, then the arms are taking over just for the last bit. 3. Try and keep your crotch and your thighs on the floor. 4. And hold it on 5. Give me some circles. So I'm going sideways, down, sideways, up, sideways, down. Ooh. And 3. Then we're changing directions. 1. And 2. And 3. Whew. Okay, hold at the top. So we're bringing one hand to the centre, and I'm just hitchhiking basically. I'm going to point my thumb backwards. Little pushes. 10, 9, 8, 7. I don't know if you can see my shoulder clicking. I can feel it. 4, 3, which is not a good thing. And 1. Changing sides. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, and roll back down. Oh my goodness. So yeah, let's take it to the wall. So this is like the slug stretch, but I think the wall is a lot less unpleasant. You could, if we're in the studio, you could do this with a pole. It just means you've got your hands flat together and there's not a lot to lean on. But it is a possibility. So I'm just going to twist this a little bit. You'll probably see me more in the mirror than not. Okay, so you want your hands about shoulder width apart. Press your chest towards the wall and look up. At this point, I just need to move the whole caboodle downwards. So chest is on the wall, but unlike the floor when it's just killing your chin, I feel like you've got a bit more control with this one. I'm just going to move because the door handle's sticking in me. There we go. So the lower you slide, the more you're going to feel the bend. See if you can lift your hand onto fingertips, and we'll stay here for 5. 4, I can barely speak. 3, 2, 1. Oh. So yeah, I just turned into Barry White for 2 seconds there. It totally knocked my voice down. Now, same thing, but this time, palms on the wall, and drop. So like we were doing the downward dog, it's those little pushes for a few seconds. Okay, now you can sort of angle this. I can tilt and push my right shoulder down, and I can tilt and push my left shoulder down. I'm kind of at my limit here. Any further, something's going to pop, I can feel it. Whew, but if you want to push your chest and go a bit lower, and then try pushing into the wall. So I'm physically trying to push the wall down right now. That's just adding a little bit of strength and tension where the muscles were just passive a minute ago. Phew. All right, find your way out of that little lot. Ooh. Moving on to a few bridges. Oops, I will probably have to finish at 55 minutes today again because I just really need to get out and go and pick Isaac up. I barely had any time to get home, do this and go out. So I'll stop chatting, get on with it. Let's do some shoulder bridges first. And remember, if you're not okay with full bridges, feel free to stick with the shoulder bridges. Still a nice glute exercise and a nice spine mobiliser. So, okay, here we go. So just curling around and rolling up. There's 1. And 2. Let's take it up to 5. So unlike a Pilates shoulder bridge, I'm actually trying to clench my butt and push this thing higher. 3. And push it 4. And hold it up there. 5. So you can clench your fists, squeeze your shoulder blades together, push your fist into the ground. That will take you higher. Or you can put your hands under your back and kind of relax onto them. I think that's quite comfortable as well. Although having said that, I wouldn't really relax because we're trying to clench and strengthen those butt muscles. Alright. Roll your way down. So I'm going to go into a full bridge, and then I'm going to try and drop down onto my forearms. My shoulders are feeling very, very weak and unattached today, so this may or may not work. Another way to get onto your forearms, if you wanted to try it, would be to lift to your bridge and then just kind of like scoot round anyway. That'll do the job. But I find I get more bend when I do it from a full bridge. Wish me luck. Here we go. So there's my bridge, and I'm always trying to get my arms straight. They don't really want to be straight, but they're trying. Now I'm going to come down onto one forearm, and onto the other forearm, and my head is off the ground, and I'm going to push back into my shoulders, which actually feels really, really good once you're in it. Now, you can either just collapse out of this and hope for the best, or you can try and get back up. No, I can't get up today, that's not happening, so I'm just going to collapse and hope for the best. Woo! Okay, next one, we'll be trying to tap hand and foot together. Again, this may or may not work, but it doesn't matter if it works or not, it's the trying and it will improve. So, if I was mega bendy, I could reach my arm round and touch my foot. I'm not, so I'm going to do that. I expect you probably could do this in a bridge position. You bring your foot in, tap, bringing it out, foot in. Let's try 4 and see what happens. So, 2 each side. Bridge. There it is. So I might not actually get my foot, but I'm certainly going to try. There's my foot coming in. Oh no, I can't even move my hand today. So yeah, that's not happening. So I'm just going to move my foot instead. 3 and 2 and 1. Yeah, my shoulders are really not joining in the game today. Okay, one last bridge, let's do it. This one, we're going to rock backwards and forwards. And we'll do 4 backwards and forwards. I'm actually going to do this near my door. This is another way of kind of checking your progress. So if I can touch my chest to the door, happy days, that's, you know, the absolute goal. I can't, I know that. But I can always measure my progress. If I start with my hands near the door, push the chest towards the door 4 times. See how we go. So I'm sorry I'm being a bit weak and rubbish today. Oh dear, dear, dear. Okay, coming up. So remember, you want to keep your feet about hip width. Try not to go wider than hip width. Arms straight, and I'm pushing toward the door. Push. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back down. Oh my goodness, I think that's enough bridges for me today. And if you do a lot of back bends, you need to do some sort of abs, so let's just do a little dish shape for a minute. Okay. Oops. So dish exercise for 1 minute. what I would do is start really curled and tucked up, really shove your lower back into the ground. I've just got my clock here so I can check what time we're on. Shoulder blades are off the floor here. Remember, the straighter and the lower the legs go, the harder it is. And the lower the arms go, obviously just trying to pull you back down and you're fighting against it. 1 minute, team, see on the other side, starts now. So I am really feeling it now, I'm tired. Whew. Is a minute up yet? No? No, it's not. 10 seconds. So keep that lower back into the floor. If you can drop your legs lower than me, please do. I think I'm going to have some sort of hemorrhage go any lower. I'm feeling this. We're halfway. Whew. You can cross your hands, make it easier. Bend the legs to make it easier. 15 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's a minute. Okay, so basically we've covered all the bases to then be able to do some sort of needle scaly business. I'm looking at the time. I'm going to finish in about 5 minutes. I am going to finish a little bit earlier because I've got to get away. Let's do reps on the floor, then we'll do some standing needle scaly reps and call it a day there. So remember, there are 2 methods. We'll use each one. I'll show you both and choose the one you like. Method 1, using my yoga strap. We'll do this 5 times. Is the version we've been doing already today. Elbow goes down and over. I start with my palm facing the ceiling. If you're actually holding your foot, I hold my toes. So the small toes. Method 2 is to hold the foot steady with one hand, reach across with the other. I'm going to use the yoga strap. And then basically duck underneath and over. I'm dying here. I really am. I'm so tired. Woo! Okay, 5 times, guys. I'm going to use the second method because although I'm not good at it, I do feel like in the long run it's going to be better for me. 1. 2. 3. 4. I am so tired. Sorry, I'm being pathetic here. So sorry everyone that's watching it. And 5. So yeah, my technique there was absolutely crap. But never mind. At least I'm doing it though. Again, as long as you keep doing it, all you can do is your best, eh? Okay, so method 1, using one hand. Method 2, really should be securing your leg and then ducking under the other one. 1. Weirdly enough, I'm actually not that bad at it once I'm doing this in a standing position. 2. And 3. 4. Last one. 5. Okay, let's do a little go at standing on each side and call it a day from there. So I'm just this over. I mean, the goal is to do this to not lean on the wall eventually. But I am certainly taking it easy today. I can tell I'm just not at my best. So I'm going to use the wall. And I'm simply going to hold one side and then the other. So if I use that second technique, I'm basically trying to lift my leg using the leg muscles first, then I'm using my hand, and then I'm coming up under, and that's where it always goes wrong for me. There. And then I'm trying not to lean on the wall at this point. Whew. Use those leg muscles to lift higher, higher, higher. Let's stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come out of it neatly. 1. Oh, and change sides. Here we go. So use the leg muscles first, then use the hand to secure it, and then try and climb under your own arms. Oops. Staying here for 10. Woo! 9, can't balance. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come out of it neatly. And I think I am finished. Woo! So yeah, you have good days and bad days. I'm having a bad day, which is fine. You just got to know that you're having a bad day and not force it. So I hope that was all right. And I'll see you hopefully next week. Bye, bye, bye. Thank you.